Imagine traveling back in time and having to survive 100 days in the medieval age. As you explore through different civilizations, you'll face menacing conditions, custom bosses, and mysterious medieval buildings. On day 1, I spawned into the world face to face with a knight.
An intruder in my lands, you will perish.
He then attacked me, which got me down to 3 hearts. I jumped in the nearby river and swam across to safety.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
I knew that knight wasn't too far behind me. I spent the remainder of the day getting as far away from him as I could. After some traveling, I found a small cave which I used as a shelter for the night. From days 2 to 4, I gathered some cobblestone and started creating my stone tools. After that, I gathered a bunch of wood, collected apples falling from the leaves, and began constructing my base. Using some basic supplies, I was able to build myself a small place to call home. On day 5, while I was exploring, I saw smoke in the sky. When I arrived, I saw a burnt down village. And who is that off in the distance?
Yes! Ha ha ha! Burn it all! Find those crystals!
Take this and this! I tried keeping my distance so I wouldn't take too much damage. After defeating that group, I realized I gained 44 levels, and whoever was up there seemed to have fled the scene. As I didn't have much food left, I borrowed what was left of this farm. On days 6 to 7, I traveled looking for a solid spot to go mining. It's about time I got some iron. I'm gonna need a full set if I'm gonna defeat that knight I saw earlier. I crafted some iron tools and a complete set of iron armor. Okay, now we're talking. And while I was traveling back home, I saw some sort of medieval castle in the distance. After a long day's work, I arrived back at base, crafted some bread, and went to sleep. From days 8 to 10, I started traveling back to the castle I saw.
There's the intruder! Die!
Okay, I didn't expect this. Take this! He then swung his blade at me, and my goodness, am I glad I made this shield. Ow, okay, that hurt. Let's back up a bit. I backed up a little, and the horse raised in the air and charged at me. As I had no potions, I had to eat food to regenerate my hearts. He then jumped up into the air, and I blocked his attack, and with one final hit, I was able to defeat the horse. Just when I thought I had won, the Soul Knight stood back up. Okay, yeah, let's block this. Take this. I started running back, and I got hit down to 4 hearts. He then raised his blade and lunged at me. Knowing I had him pretty weak, I went in for a few more hits, and I was able to take down the Soul Knight. Piece of cake. Now let's go to that castle. As I turned around, I realized the Soul Knight's horse came back from the dead. I wonder, can I ride this? Oh, okay. As you can see, this horse is huge, so I decided to name him Jacked. And from days 11 to 13, I arrived back at the front of the castle. The only issue is there's a giant ravine. There's not a chance my horse can make it up that hill. As a solution, I harvested a bunch of trees in the nearby area and started creating a bridge leading across the ravine. Good thing I'm not afraid of heights. It's a long way down. From days 14 to 15, I explored the surrounding area. I found a village outside, and when I circled the castle, I found that there was no entryways to get inside. That's pretty strange. As nighttime approached, I figured I'd take shelter in one of these homes for the night. I also noticed these were zombie villagers. I wonder what happened to them. They seemed friendly, so I went to bed for the night. From days 16 to 17, I walked outside and was mauled by a group of medieval villagers. Okay, that was close. Note to self, don't steal a villager's bed. On day 18, I found a group of boar. Suddenly, they got hostile and killed Jacked. Using my shield, I blocked one of his attacks and took him down. The second boar charged at me, knocking me really high into the sky. As it was getting low, it started running away from me, but I eventually caught up to it. There was one little boar left. I decided to let it live and continue on with my journey. While trying to find my way back home, I was interrupted by Artorias, the medieval knight.
Fool! If a quick death is not what you desire, I'll allow my minions to rip thee apart instead.
Suddenly, a bunch of minions spawned and started attacking me. And while I was distracted fighting these minions, Artorias escaped again. Thankfully, I was equipped with full iron and a shield. I was able to take the minions down one by one. On day 20, being lost in the woods, I decided to gather some materials to build a new home. After gathering wheat from my farm to make bread, I then went mining in hopes to find some diamonds. I found a lot of different ores, but I didn't find any diamonds this time. During my mining trip, I found a weird source of ambient light. I decided I'd follow the lights and see where it takes me. The lights ended up leading me to some mysterious underground tomb. Outside of the tomb was surrounded with a lot of hostile mobs. Good thing I was equipped with enough gear to survive. After eating food to regenerate my hearts, I was able to take these minions down one by one. I walked inside of the tomb and looked around. I noticed there was a guy named Fallen Herald, and when I tried to speak to him, he started attacking me. Okay, what's up with all these things trying to kill me? Eat some food to regenerate my health here. Okay, let's keep going. The fallen herald then lunged forward, knocking me back in the air. I tried utilizing some blocks into this fight, although it didn't really seem to help me too much. After dodging one more strike, I was able to take down the fallen herald. As you can see, he dropped a couple pieces of knight armor. Now that's an upgrade. I then gathered all the enchanting supplies and all the goodies that I could find. While traveling back to base, I was surrounded by an army of mobs. Okay, this is cursed. On day 28, I finally arrived back at my base. I started by harvesting a bunch of crops so I can make bread, and I replanted everything. I then expanded my farm because there's never enough food to go around, okay? I like food. I spent the remainder of day 28 getting some fish and then going to sleep. On day 29, I spent in the mines trying to find diamonds. Unfortunately, I didn't find any.
Find those crystals, you peasants. Hurry up.
Wait, who are those soldiers at my base?
Painful has returned. Kill him and bring me his head.
I began defending my base and he hit me to half health with one hit, but I was able to take him down. I found this soldier in my house looting my chests, and there was a few outside of my base that I was able to take down too. After defeating the soldiers, I looked around for Artorias, but it looks like I was a little too late. From days 31 to 34, I cooked up some food and began exploring some more of this area.
Master Artorias needs our help. Find Painful and stop him from finding the crystals. There he is! Attack my minions!
Okay, what the heck? Where did all these wolves come from? Okay, just one more hit.
You stand no chance against me.
Not having any potions, I had to be very careful. This alpha wolf did a lot of damage. I then ran to regenerate some hearts and went back in and got hit to half a heart. After nearly dying, I had to run away and eat some more food to regenerate my hearts. I then tried to use some more blocks to interrupt its pathing and took it down.
Destroy the crystals.
Destroy the crystals? What is she talking about? We need to find out some more information about these crystals. On day 35, I came across a suspicious house in the middle of the woods. This house was surrounded with a bunch of different archers, and when I went inside the house, it was filled with a bunch of knights as well. Okay, these have got to be some more of Artorias' minions or something. Okay, let's block myself off so I don't die. As you can see, I was able to block myself off in a hole and take down these knights one by one. I then decided to borrow the loot from each of these chests, found myself a shield and a nice enchantment table. That is going to come in handy. I enchanted the rest of my gear and my weapon and then went to bed for the night. In the morning of day 36, I woke up in a different world and I was surrounded by a bunch more soldiers. Okay, these soldiers hit really hard. Let's get the heck out of here. I had no clue where I was. I was lost in some sort of ice dimension. I decided to explore around and see if I could find anything that can help me escape from here, and I ran into another pack of boars. Is it just me, or do these animals seem a lot stronger in this world? This is pretty cursed. After getting knocked in the air a few more times, I was able to take down the remaining boars. As I continued exploring, I was jumped by a fallen reaper. Okay, at least he doesn't hit that hard. Just as I said that, he hit me to half a heart. I have no clue where that damage came from. Oh god, this is not good. I'm gonna die. Wait a second, I'm alive? Although I survived the nightmare, I had bigger problems to face. As I walked outside, I was instantly attacked by some archers. At the top of this lookout tree, I found myself a bow, and I went ahead and started taking down some of these archers. Not only were these clouds carrying archers, but some of them dropped diamonds. I then started crafting all my diamond tools, all my diamond armor, and I made sure to enchant all of it. Now I'm really strong. Being a lot stronger, I continued exploring, and a group of empowered zombies started attacking me. I have never fought these zombies before. They have abilities to disappear. That's kind of crazy. After defeating them, they also seem to drop golden apples and drinkable healing potions. After nearly dying to some empowered zombies, I found another one of these tombs, except this one was above ground. That is interesting. Walking in the tomb, it seemed it was empty. Suddenly, a reaper appeared. Okay, where the heck did this thing come from? And that does a lot of damage. Okay, let's run over here. He even had an ability to make it so I couldn't see. This made it pretty difficult. Drink my healing potion here, and okay, that was a lot of damage. As you can see, whenever I go blind, he goes invisible and then appears out of nowhere and attacks me. After drinking some more of my healing potions, I went in for a few more hits and I was able to take down the Reaper. As you can see, he dropped the remaining pieces of knight armor that I needed. That is gonna come in handy. As I was leaving, I realized above the tomb there was a massive portal. I decided to build up and check out what's on the other side of this portal. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Wait. Where the heck am I? Since I was in this nether dimension, I decided to gather a bunch of nether warts for potions, and I had to take down a bunch of blazes that were very angry at me. As I continued exploring this nether dimension, I found another portal, and when I went through it, I found a massive castle. Is it just me, or does this place look pretty evil? While exploring, I ran into a skeleton overlord. I figured this was another one of Artorias' minions, so I went ahead and tried to take him down, but I didn't realize is he did a lot of damage, and I didn't have many healing potions. Okay, this is really bad. I gotta get the heck out of here. There is no way I'm gonna be able to kill him. As I was running away, I noticed that there was a blue portal in the distance, so I decided to head over and see where it takes me. It seems that random portal I went through has led me all the way back to my base. Home sweet home. From days 47 to 50, I was harvesting my farm, and suddenly some creature spawned on top of me. Okay, what the heck is that thing, and how did it just teleport here? It teleported all the way into the water, and there was some little gas thing that I had to take down as well. But it seemed every time I hit this thing, it would teleport away. This has got to be another one of Artorias' minions trying to kill me. Hopefully we can take this thing down, because I do not have any health potions. Come on, just a few more. There we go. Okay, I don't know what the heck that thing was, but I'm happy we're still alive. After nearly dying to another one of Artorias' minions, I went ahead and expanded my farm a little bit more and began traveling to the other base so that I can brew up some more potions and enchant the rest of my armor. As soon as I arrived, I went ahead and enchanted my knight armor, and I also spent the day brewing a bunch of potions. Okay, well, hopefully I'm strong enough now to take down that skeleton overlord. Let's travel back to base and see if that portal's still there. When I arrived back at base, I noticed the portal was still there, so I quickly went through and began fighting the skeleton overlord. Having the rest of my gear enchanted and having potions, I felt a lot more confident with taking this thing down. Although I was stronger, he still hit really hard. Okay, that was a lot of damage. Let's keep up the pressure here. As I had him pretty weak, I kept spamming my bow, doing a lot of damage from a distance, and with a couple more hits, I was able to take him down. As you can see, he ended up dropping a knight sword. Now that is pretty awesome. After all that fighting, I went back through the portal, which led me to my second base. I decided to go to sleep for the night, as I was exhausted from fighting all night.
Painful stands no chance. Attack!
Just when I thought all the fighting was over, I heard an explosion. What the heck was that? Okay, no, not more of Artorias' minions. These must be some sort of mages. Thankfully, I had my new knight sword, which did a ton of damage. I was able to take down these minions one by one, and it was fairly easy. After waking up to a bunch of explosions and having to take down a bunch of mages, I had to rebuild my base as well. After repairing my base, I decided to go travel and try and find Artorias. He's been causing a lot of mischief. While exploring, I got jumped by some black smoke. This was very strange, but its name was Dream Eater. Okay, not another boss that keeps blinding me. That is not good. As you can see, this Dream Eater did a lot of damage with that wither ability. As he was low, I went in for a couple more hits and was able to take him down. The Dream Eater didn't really drop any useful loot, but there was a random guy that appeared, so I decided to kill him. Yep, sorry, dude. I then continued exploring, and I saw a lot of lightning strikes. I figured I had to head in that direction. The lightning strikes ended up leading me to this massive castle-like build. As I approached, I realized this must be the mage headquarters. I noticed a bunch of mages protecting it, and they did a lot of damage, nearly taking me down. After drinking some strength and speed and being aware of my health, I was able to take down each one of these mages one by one. Okay, that was a lot of mages. Now, what is even in here? After taking down some of the remaining mages, I looted some of the chests. It didn't really have anything good in it, though, but I decided to take the arrows and some TNT. I did find one chest with some potions in it, though, which is definitely gonna help. As I was exploring, I overheard a conversation.
The intruder was spotted here. Where is he?
My soldiers are looking for him. We will find him.
Okay, that's not good. Let's get out of here. Just when I thought I got away, I turned around and got jumped by a bunch of fire creatures. I have no clue where these things came from. So as I was trying to leave, I went out to the balcony and saw the Fallen Reaper again.
You're finished.
This is the same creature that nearly killed me in the nightmare. As I was drinking my potions, he hit me down to half a heart. This thing does insane damage. I went back in for a few more hits and he knocked me onto the roof. I used this as an opportunity to use my bow on him. Once I got him low enough, I jumped back down, splashed down a health potion, and was able to take down the Fallen Reaper. Okay, a Night Shield, that's an upgrade. After defeating the Fallen Reaper, I turned around and there was a ton of mages, so I decided it'd be in my best interest to get the heck out of here. While running from the mages, I saw a bed, and right before I died, I went to sleep. Okay, it worked. worked. I'm still on half a heart, but oh my goodness, I nearly died there. It's kind of weird that my beds teleport me, but I can take advantage of that sometimes. After regenerating all my health and brewing up some potions, I decided to go to bed again to see where it would teleport me. After going to sleep, I was teleported to some mysterious but very elegant village. I decided I'd go in and check it out. Everybody in this village seemed very friendly. It didn't seem like there was any sign of Artorias anywhere around here. I then left the peaceful village, did some more exploring looking for Artorias, and eventually I ran into him.
New lands for me to conquer? How kind of you. Minions, claim this land for me. Kill Painful.
Suddenly, a bunch of minions appeared through the portal. I attacked some of the minions, but I noticed Artorias got away again, and the portal disappeared. After this short interaction with Artorias, I decided I'd travel back to the peaceful village. When I arrived, the village was in flames, and it was surrounded by a bunch of Artorias' minions. I went up the nearby staircase and noticed a bunch of soldiers guarding this chest, so I decided to take these things down and see what they were protecting. Upon opening the chest, I found a book. Inside the book, it read, "Find the enchanted bow. It can banish all evil. The castle in the stars guards it." I then spent some time searching around the village for some food and a bed because it was already late. Not only did I borrow some bread, but I also boarded this guy's bed. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm gonna use this for the night. From days 83 to 85, I started traveling around trying to find the castle in the stars. As I was running, another portal opened in front of me and a bunch more minions came out trying to stop me. I knew I must have been getting close. Knowing I had full knight armor, fully enchanted, I knew that I'd be able to take down these soldiers one by one with no problems. Nearby, I found this giant castle on top of a hill. I guess that's why they call it Castle in the Stars, because it's really high up.
I was hoping you'd come here. My Reaper's upset that you killed him. Enjoy your rematch, scum.
Wait, what the heck? How did the Reaper come back from the dead? Okay, we gotta drink our potions and defeat him again quickly. After I drank my speed and strength potion, I went in for some damage, and I was a lot stronger than before. This fight should go down pretty quickly. As you can see, I was able to trade hits pretty well with the Reaper, doing a ton of damage. And just with a few more hits, I was able to take down the Reaper with a final bow shot. Okay, that was a little bit easier than last time, but where the heck did Artorias go? I then searched the entire building. With no signs of Artorias, I left to head back home. Once I arrived back home, I went ahead and brewed up some more potions and enchanted my new knight helmet. I continued my search for Artorias, and I noticed that there was an open portal here, so I decided to go through. After going through the portal, I realized this must be the main camp for Artorias' soldiers. After fighting some of them off, I went into the chest and found myself a black crystal. As I found out earlier, destroying these crystals should destroy evil. As I destroyed the crystals, all the soldiers became friendly villagers again. This is the way that we're gonna stop Artorias. Just like that, I continued searching around for more villages in the nearby area, and I found a bunch of soldiers trying to kill this iron golem. I knew I had to find another crystal to put a stop to them. I found another chest nearby, and inside the chest there was another black crystal, so I went ahead and burned it, which turned all the hostile soldiers into nice villagers. Now that Artorias' army is converted into villagers, I should be able to take him down on my own. I then traveled back all the way to my base, only to find Artorias waiting for me.
Even if I'm weakened, you're still no match.
And just like that, the final battle has commenced. I knew if there was ever a time to beat Artorias, it would be now when he has no minions to help him. He then smashed the ground, launching me into the air. Good thing I have a water bucket to help negate fall damage. As he did a lot of damage, I started running away and he knocked me all the way up into a tree, but it's a good thing I had a water bucket to get down, otherwise I would have been toast. After healing back up, I went in for a few more hits and I was able to do a ton of damage to Artorias. Okay, just a few more hits, we should be able to take him down. Yes! And just like that, I defeated the king of all evil, Artorias. I then went to bed for the night, and when I woke up, I was in the middle of the Ice Age. Will I be able to survive? Stay tuned to find out.